Hello and welcome back to Tabletop Weekly. We are here for a second part of our Tales of Equestria adventure with Kit, Martina and Nina playing. Our pony gang have been kind of... you have offered to help in the search for 5 missing young ponies, 4 fillies and a young colt who have gone missing from Ponyville. You have investigated the Cutie Mark Crusaders' treehouse, because the Cutie Mark Crusaders are 3 of the ponies that are missing. And you've investigated their treehouse and found a bunch of clues that seem to suggest they were looking into spooky ghosts and where such ghosts could be found, or which ghost in particular they were trying to find. And your investigations have led you to go towards something called Grey Windsor Manor, and you begin making your way there. As you guys leave the treehouse and begin making your way back to the barn to get back to Ponyville, Big Mac is there waiting for you, and there's a couple of things. One, he hands you a satchel which has a bottle of apple juice in it each, so you each get a bottle of apple juice.
Oh, thanks, man.
Which you can drink to recover 1 stamina. And he just says, "Oh, it's the least I can do." And he knocks. Oh, and then he looks up. He's like, that's strange. Getting dark all of a sudden, and you can see that big storm clouds are starting to kind of drift into Ponyville, and a light drizzle is beginning to start pouring. As a Pegasus honeymoon would know that that's quite unusual, because normally if the day's cleared, it's going to be sunny all day.
Yeah.
So to have
and
a
I did
random
that, so
storm.
I was like...
Yeah, you did that last night. So these storm clouds coming in is a little bit unusual. And the storm, they're just these big, dark, heavy clouds begin sort of drifting over Ponyville, and a light drizzle begins falling down. He's just like, and he just kind of like shakes his head. He's just like, well, anyway, thanks so much. Did you find something?
We have, yes.
What are we talking about? Oh, yeah.
I'm still scarred.
Like shivering about the thoughts of ghosts.
Yeah, the kids, as it happens, seem to have gone on an adventure looking for a ghost of sort. I know.
Oh, he's like, nope, way too scary for me.
It's okay, we got this.
Okay, he's like nods. He's like, he tucks the apple juice into your satchels and things like that into your saddlebags.
yawning. Sorry about that.
Set me off.
Yeah, I mean, we got this.
Stay with us.
Okay. It's just like, well, best of luck.
Thanks.
If you need anything, you come here, or I'm sure the shop ponies in town can help. He just kind of gives you a nod, and then heads on his way.
Okay.
And you guys make your way towards Grey Windsor Manor. Grey Windsor Manor, for honeymoon, I mean, you know a little bit about it. You think like it's something about a guy who loved tea or something like that, like used to make tea or things like that. You're not quite sure, but you do know that growing up as a young pony, there's always been kind of dares about trying to go up to the front door, knock, and then run away. And that's where these tales of the giggling ghost have kind of come from. Like every pony that gets too close hears this ghostly giggle coming from the house, and they run away, fearing that it is a ghost. The manor itself is bordered on by the Everfree Forest, a very dark, spooky forest that is very strange. It doesn't quite work the way that Equestria does. The animals don't need help from ponies, and the weather does what it wants. The Pegasus can't change the weather there. It's very, very unnatural. And this manor is this old, crumbling big stone wall with an iron fence all the way around it, overgrown gardens at the back, and all of the curtains are drawn. Like, no, you can't see inside any of the buildings. And there's all these kind of wicked gargoyle ponies, kind of Pegasus, like, hoofed up on the top, like, looking down ominously as they look down. And as you guys arrive, the rain has now gotten really heavy, and the dark clouds are kind of covering the sky, and you're being pelted and soaked through as you reach this kind of big, heavy iron gate with a big, heavy padlock on it. And you can just see this looming mansion before you.
I don't like this part of town. Just does what it wants.
It's fine. We got this, guys. It's all right.
Are you okay?
I'll let you know.
Okay. Okay.
Lillipod is looking
I
a little
promise
bit
this
nervous.
is safe. You don't need to be spooked.
Is it? Okay.
It's okay, breathe.
Okay.
Do you need a nap? Do you have a nap?
No,
I would
no.
understand.
No,
Okay.
I know you would, but I'm fine.
Okay.
Thank you.
I blow a bubble and I turn it into a pretty, like, lily shape. And I give it to you. I'm like, here you go, it'll make you feel happier.
I
like
blush.
sticks.
And then you're like,
I blush.
But it's very
I'm
sweet.
still blushing.
oh, my saliva all over your hooves.
Yeah. And yeah, you
Thanks.
see this
Thanks,
big
Blossom.
wall with a big iron fence around it, and that seems to encapsulate the whole grounds of this mansion. And you can see that part of the gardens bleeds into the Everfree Forest, and yeah, the dark clouds loom overhead.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, you go.
Are there any windows higher up that where the curtains are not drawn?
No, all of the windows, even the second floor. There's 2 floors to the big mansion. Even the windows on the second floor, they've all got some sort of heavy curtain drawn on the inside.
I just walked straight up to the front door.
Well,
Yeah.
there is a big iron gate which is
Oh.
locked in the way.
Oh.
So you've got a big heavy wall with a big iron gate that's locked.
Oh, Lily
and
Pod,
it's
can
about-
you use any magic to open it? Do you think?
Can I use the magic to open it?
You can try and pick it with telekinesis.
yes,
yeah.
please.
So that's going to be, you're going to make a mind test. You can
Okay.
roll telekinesis with it as well, I'd say.
Okay.
But it does look quite, you suspect that it will be quite hard.
Okay.
I
So-
fly over it.
Oh, yeah.
Honeymoon just flies all the way over.
I'm gonna have a go anyway.
Yeah, you can. Yeah, because
Well, I mean, like, honeymoon's over, but the 2 of you are still
I'm
on the
just
outside.
on the other
I got a
side checking the
5.
lock.
Okay, and then you roll your telekinesis dice as well.
Oh,
So you've got
is it-
5 on your mind.
Is it a 6 again?
Yep, D6 for telekinesis.
3.
Okay, so with the 5, you kind of look at the lock, and you're kind of tongue sticking out, and your horns faintly glowing with magic, and you're kind of using your telekinesis to try and put all the like little bits of the lock and kind of move them in places if you had a key.
Yeah.
And you do hear a faint sort of click, and the padlock kind of chunk comes
Oh.
open, and then you kind of hoop it up.
Ah.
The big heavy chain comes loose, but the gates themselves are almost rusted shut, and like you reckon you're going to probably have to push them open as well.
Okay.
And so that would be a body test to try and push them.
Oh, I can help.
Okay,
I'll
so
pull
you've
it
got
from the
so
other
honeymoon's
side.
on the one side is pulling. Okay,
Yeah.
that sounds perfect. So what in that case is I'd like you both to make a body test. Nothing else, just body.
It'll be just.
It's daytime
Yeah.
for you,
Yeah.
so it's the
Sorry,
D4
D4, yes.
and a D8 for you. Yeah, that's right.
Oh, yeah.
It's still a 1.
It's
Two.
daytime. Don't be too
So,
hard on
no.
yourself.
Honeymoon gets her hooves around it and she starts pulling, flapping her little wings, trying to pull it. Bubblegum Blossom, you're like, you've got no time for this. You just charge at the gate, throw your shoulder into it, but unfortunately you kind of bounce off, you kind of go shuddering. But unfortunately, Honeymoon, you are knocked back and you actually trip up and you fall, and you get a rock right in the bum. And so you're going to take 1 stamina damage as it kind of like trips you back.
So it's miracle
And
Ow.
that's your bad luck, unfortunately.
Hey!
She's rubbing her flank as this like sharp-looking rock. And yeah, unfortunately, the gate shows no sign of moving open. It's rusted solid.
So we could either...
I can try and pick you up, you guys.
You can try, yeah,
Yeah?
yeah. So
Yeah.
who do you want to take first? So you take Lily Pod. So
Yeah.
it's quite, lifting another adult pony. It's quite hard. You managed to.
Can I drop my belongings on the other side of the gate before I do that?
Absolutely, you can.
Yeah,
So
okay.
you put your belongings down, you fly over, you grab Lily Pod, you fly
Yes.
Lily Pod over.
Yeah.
Oh, it was very exhausting, but you managed to do it.
Okay.
Hi, Fran.
I'm coming back. Give me a
You
second.
got this.
Oh boy.
Honeymoon.
Okay, and I go
You're
back
gonna try
over.
back.
Yes.
Okay, so this time, although you've kind of had a bit of a rest,
Yeah.
it's much harder work carrying 2 people. You can
Yeah.
make another body test, but you can use your fly dice as well.
Okay, thank you very much. That's better. Hopefully. It's a 4.
Okay, so you kind of tuck your hooves under Bubblegum Blossom and you kind of flap over and you just
You
manage to
really
get over
gotta
the
lay
iron
off the
fence,
sugar,
which
honey.
does look really pointy and quite sharp and dangerous. And you think you might have, if you hadn't been careful, you might have accidentally hurt.
I got my tail between my legs.
As you fly her over, and then the 3 of you all land on the other side quite safely.
Oh.
Okay, good.
And then as you land, it's as you look up at this big spooky mansion, there is a flash of lightning behind it, and the whole thing is lit up, and you hear a peal of thunder rumble out.
It's okay, it's just weather. It's just noises and water falling from the sky. I hate it as much as you do, but it's not spooky.
Oh, okay, if you
Okay.
say so.
Is there like a cover, like a patio cover by the front door?
Yeah, so right by the front door there is like a little patio kind of balcony thing which sticks over like a little porch.
Yeah, so I just leg
You
it.
just
Like,
run
oh,
under,
get
you
cover.
Yeah, so you kind of like, your mane's a little bit wet, but you kind of shake it and it kind of puffs back up. And yeah, you're underneath it. As you get nearest to the door, Bubblegum Blossom, the other two are kind of making their way up.
God.
You just hear a... It kind of like drifts and then seems to vanish.
Was that one of you guys? Did any of you hear that?
Hear what?
What?
Well, it's giggling.
What? No! It must be the giggling ghost!
But wait, no. But if he's giggling, he's got to be happy.
Exactly.
And a happy ghost can't be a bad ghost, right?
Maybe it's only happy because it wants to do bad things to
Oh,
us.
It's fine if I can.
What can you do?
I was thinking like catch it with my bubblegum, but then it's the ghost, so it could just phase right through.
Well, you are currently just stood in front of this old door. You can see that it's kind of very Adams Family mansion. It's very beautiful, like windows.
Yeah.
The wood is very well done, but there's engravings and a shiny brass doorknob that
Okay.
leads in.
Well, while I was a little taken aback, I shake it off. I'm like, no, we're gonna find out what's happened. There's ponies relying on us. We gotta find them.
Okay.
I asked the girls to and
Oh no, there's a map.
the guys to come on over. So come over.
Yeah, they're with you.
Oh,
Yeah,
they are.
they're with
Okay.
you now, yeah.
I bust that door in.
Yeah, the front door is surprisingly unlocked. Unlike the gate, you just...
Nice.
As you reach there, so do you want to show off your boots right away? Because all three of them went out and bought the same little booties.
We gotta commit. Gotta commit.
Hang on,
Here's
I've got
your
to push
little
myself
poop-
out
your
of
little
It's like
poop boots.
out of shot. There we go.
It's
So it's beautiful pink on one side and hollow on the other. I'm just like,
and then you can do shapes. Oh my god, this
They're
is so.
they're just so pleasing.
You girls. They're so pleasing.
So pleasing.
Don't die, friend.
it's fine. I'm
Make sure you're
flexible.
not moving your mics as well. Bubblegum Blossom, as you go, you reach out your hoof to open the door, and to the two of you, it just looks like Bubblegum Blossom opens it. But Bubblegum, you don't touch the door handle, and it swings open. And it leads into a long entrance hall with a red carpet that leads down the middle of it, with a huge set of stairs at one end. And you can also see suits of pony armour, suits of barding, kind of on stands positioned throughout it. And we're going to have a little...
Space.
Yeah, if you can make some space, please. So, I don't have miniatures, you don't need to worry about that, but you are basically currently all, this is the front door here, and you are standing in a large entrance hall. Now you can see that there are two doors on the left side and one door on the right side, and then you can see this set of stairs going up.
How dark is it inside?
It is very dark inside, in fact. With the dark storm clouds overhead, there's very little natural sunlight, so it's starting to get quite dim. You're kind of okay, you can see, although it's not quite fully nighttime yet, so the moon's not out, so your powers haven't kind of, your
you have
nature
night
hasn't
vision?
tricked
I
out.
do.
So you can see very well in the dark, yes.
Can I fly up and open the curtains of whatever windows are around?
In this entrance hall, there are no curtains,
Okay.
but it looks like the separate rooms might have curtains attached to them as well.
I turn on the lamp that's tied at the bottom of the shelf.
Oh, and like a little lantern.
I have a lamp, yes.
Okay.
Oh,
And I go, it's okay, just follow my bum.
hey.
So a little swinging lantern
Yes.
just
Cool.
behind Honeymoon. And yeah, you can see that there is a door. As the three of you step inside and Honeymoon starts leading forward, the door shuts behind you.
Ouch. It's fine. It's fine. It's just a ghost.
It's,
What?
it's a happy ghost. Happy ghost, a good ghost. It's fine. It's all right. We're
If you say so.
So what would you three ponies like to do now that
Like-
you're inside this entrance hall?
I just pick the closest door and just
So
go
the
for it.
closest door, I need to get my map out now. So there is equal distance. So there is one here and one here. And they're both opposite each other. As you're looking around at the doors, you do notice that there is like a coat rack. Just tucked behind you where you kind of came in. And on there is a large hood, like a large cloak for a pony about your size. But then there are also three smaller red cloaks, each with a stitched on symbol of the Cutie Mark Crusaders. And they're hanging
Oh,
up.
they've definitely been here then.
I think there might be still.
Maybe they're
So we're
still
on the
here.
right track. That's good.
Oh, okay, we got this. I I kick in the right-hand door.
So you open up that door, and what you see is a small but quite elegant-looking ballroom. There is a small corner stage where there's a few instruments, like quite rusty, dusty-looking instruments resting on chairs. On the far side, there are mirrors as well, kind of positioned in between old windows with the curtains heavily drawn over them. Big, thick velvet curtains, fully drawn and actually tied in place. And they cover all of the windows inside. And when you enter, there is a very faint music, almost like an old gramophone playing. But it's kind of filtering from somewhere else in the house. You're not quite sure, maybe upstairs. You see that. So have you gone inside, or are you just opening it up and looking in at this point?
I've just opened it up.
Okay, so you can see this ballroom in front of you.
Okay. Is it worth us shouting their names if they might be still here? What do you guys think?
I'm just getting awfully sleepy. But yes, we can try. It's just the music, I'm sorry.
Is this very soft, sort of like...
Yeah, just...
Okay, bugger it. I just shout, Apple Bloom, Sweetie Belle, the other one. Are you here?
Poor
Are you guys
Sweetie.
here?
You do not hear any response.
Uh-oh.
Can I very gingerly move further into the ballroom and kind of call again?
Yeah, you kind of move in and you kind of call out, looking around in the room. There's no response. You can see there is another door in here though. Now that you've stepped inside, there is a door on the on your left-hand side. So this up here is a door. And you can see that seems to lead into another room. The ballroom, the instruments look dusty, but the floor is clean. It doesn't look like abandoned or anything like that. You can see that there is, these mirrors have been polished, and you can see yourself reflected. And you're looking around. It's actually, when you start looking around the room and you see in the mirrors, Lilypod, you notice that one of the barded suits of pony armor that was in the hallway, its head's looking a different way, and it's looking at these two. It's looking at the other two ponies when you look behind you.
That's terrifying. That is genuinely horrifying.
The armor moved.
Hey, Mr. Ghost, we're friendly.
Talk to him.
The giggles is gonna be good.
I'm opening all curtains in that room.
Okay, so you're going to fly into the ballroom?
Yeah.
Okay, so when you move right into the middle of the room, you and Lilypod are currently inside. The door shuts, and you hear a click. And the dusty instruments that were on the stage float up, and they start to play. But it's a horrible noise. They're really out of tune. It's like,
Oh my gosh!
Clap my hooves over my ears.
Am I still in the hallway?
you are currently in the hallway. Would Honeymoon and Lilypod, I need you both to make a mind test for me, please.
Oh my god.
Okay.
Damn, this is
I can't
dark.
go any lower than a D4, so I'm assuming that's
Yes, that's it, yeah.
2. That's 6.
Oh.
Okay, so because Lilypod, you kind of clapped your hooves over your ears, it's really annoying, but Honeymoon, this is really annoying.
It's
Like, you've been
waking me
woken
up.
up. You're going to take 1 more point of stamina damage.
on.
So you're just like, it's so stressful and so annoying. You just want these things to shut up, but they just kind of float up and there's like a trumpet, which is like, and it's just super loud. You do manage to fly up and pull the curtains.
Yeah.
And when you do, there is almost like the first one you draw, there's a beam of light, and you catch sight of something floating through the air, and it seems to phase through the door into the next room. She looks like a green Pegasus, but her lower body is just this wispy form. And she turns to you and she looks, and she kind of goes, and then floats through the wall. And these instruments are still playing.
Yeah, that's her. I show them the
So it's just
The
the two of you.
drawing.
Yeah, I'm
Bubblegum
in the
Blossom,
corridor.
you're
Yes.
out in the corridor.
You pull it out of the side.
I'm just like banging on the door, like trying to get it open. Obviously,
Okay,
it's
yeah,
not.
so you can make a body text to try and
Oh,
open
try
it.
and bush it.
If you want to try and like physically break it down.
Okay,
like, get
yeah, let's
through.
do that.
Okay, so body
Body-
check, please.
8.
Oh wow,
Whoa.
more. So
You're fine.
Terrified.
Bubblegum Blossom
Blossom
actually,
smash!
yeah, basically it's just like your friends are in trouble. You hear like a scream and this music, and you kind of step back. and you just charge through. The door busts open, it kind of knocks it flying, and the force of it blowing open is so much that it kind of, one of the instruments kind of stumbles, and you two get a brief moment's respite. If it continued, you reckon you'd probably have to keep testing, but as soon as like they kind of recover, the instruments.
Oh god, what is this?
So, Bubblegum Blossom, you're going to need to give me a mind test.
4.
4. Okay, so you kind of like blocking, you're like, this super annoying that noise. And they're just blazing away. And you can see they're kind of dancing and moving around. But you get the sense that their strings or whatever it is all out of tune. Like it's really badly out of tune and they're just playing.
How do we make this start?
Okay, so in my saddlebags, I've got seeds. Can I try and throw seeds into the instruments and make them grow to block the noise?
Sounds wonderful.
Okay.
So what you're going to do there is you can make, so I guess you throw them telekinesis. You use telekinesis to throw them. So you make a telekinesis.
Okay.
I am going to make a test for the instruments to try and dodge out the way. So remember you get to roll 1d6 for mind and then 1 for your telekinesis as well.
Okay.
Oh.
Nice.
What'd you get?
5.
5 was the highest. Yep. So you throw these seeds, like your horn, you kind of, the magic lifts the seeds out, and the seeds all fly into the trumpet, and one goes into the base of the violin, and then you cause them to grow, and the vines kind of wrap around and they stop the bow from scraping across the things. The trumpet kind of goes, boom.
Oh, thank goodness.
I'm just like, give us a hand, guys, please grow.
And the plants kind of wrap around, and the drum that was playing, it kind of locks the little drumsticks in place, and the plants blossom quite neatly, and they kind of grab the instruments and hold them down, stopping them from playing.
Oh, thank you.
You're
That
the
was
best,
great.
Lilypod. Oh.
Thank you so much,
I get
Lilypod.
over and I'm like looking at the flowers. I'm like, wow, guys, you did such a good job. Thank you so much. You saved us.
You watch as like a couple more flowers, little bloom and things like that, little plant buds kind of like sprout. You do hear a kind of like, as if something gets dropped, like a kind of like, and that's it.
I relay seeing the giggly ghost. I assume it's the giggly ghost. I show them the picture. I saw some greeny.
It's
really
real.
ghostly shape.
Of course it's real. I told you it was real.
I'm just letting you know in case you see. You know what I'm talking about. You
I
know
don't
what
want
it
to
is.
see it.
It's fine. I think it's just a prankster, to be honest.
It's not. It's a real ghost.
No. What I mean is the ghost is a
Ghost.
ghost. I mean the ghost just likes to do pranks, and that's what I mean. It's still a ghost.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna tell you otherwise.
Okay.
Because I'm very honest.
Yeah, I believe you.
For some reason, I
believe you.
It's a green ghost. It seems to be a really naughty one. I'm just gonna say it. It's borderline poltergeist. I'm just saying.
I wonder if we could use our charm on the ghost, trying to communicate with it.
As long as it hasn't done anything to hurt the little fillies.
I agree.
Yes, we need to find them.
I saw him or her or they, who knows?
It looked like a female.
Okay.
Pegasus.
I saw her flying on the other room, and I point at the door.
Okay.
Like, are you okay? Are you okay to proceed? Yes? You can do this. You've been really good here. You saved us. I was getting such a headache. Right?
Yeah.
It was terrible.
Okay.
Thank you, flowers. And thank you, Lilypod.
Thank you, flowers.
You the best flowers.
Okay. So
Right,
you
I'm
guys
going to
are
ram
meant
that door down.
Well, you charge forward, and this one isn't locked, so you just careen straight through the door.
Oh, shit.
You just kind of careen straight through. I knew I should have used double-sided sticky tape for this. Whoops.
It's too strong.
It's too strong. I should have used blue tag. So you charge into this room, and this, you almost go... In fact, actually, give me a body test to see if you would be able to avoid doing it. As you burst through the door, you almost go
4.
straight into, and in fact, you do stumble into, because it was right in front, you didn't expect it to be there. There is a large table, and on it is like a big green mat with little miniature houses and little miniature ponies in suits of armour and dice all scattered around this big table. And you go scattering into it.
Yeah.
The table flips up. It knocks you over. You're going to take 1 point of stamina damage. It's like,
my bad.
you kind of slip on some dice. Your hoof goes on a d4. Like,
Awesome, are you okay?
and you stumble in, and like all of this stuff goes everywhere. And yeah, you guys watch as Bubblegum Blossom just kind of careens into this miniature tabletop.
Hand here, guys. I'm stuck at the.
It's like a big D4 sticking out of her.
Yeah, my bum in the air, just like. Oh, that's gonna hurt in the morning.
You're just kind of sprawled out on the floor
Yeah.
in this room.
I go over and help her up.
And pick her up and pull the
Thanks, friend.
D4 out of the thing. Honeymoon, as those two have entered the room and left you sort of in the ballroom a little bit, you hear a whisper in your ear, and it just goes, "Not invited." And then you hear something flying off.
We won't be long. Apology.
So, looking in the study, after you kind of hear this, the two of you see that there is a large fireplace at the far end of the room with a spooky-looking voodoo mask, kind of like a big wooden voodoo mask above the mantelpiece. There is a beautiful writing desk to one side with an inkwell, but there's no quill. There's various lounge chairs, display cabinets, which have got all sort of strange, old-looking books and strange like bells, but they look old and maybe historical artifacts, maybe, and they're kind of all scattered around basically. And yeah, there was this table with some sort of miniature game on it, but that's been sent everywhere. And yeah, that's what you see in the room.
I go to Bubblegum
Yes,
Blossom.
Junior.
You're gonna head in.
Just to her,
Okay.
and I whisper to her ear, "I don't want to freak Lilliput out."
You're gonna have to be a bit louder just for the microphone.
Okay.
Stage whisper. Stage whisper.
I don't want to freak Lilliput out.
Okay.
But the ghost just said that we're not invited, and then he
Oh.
giggled, and then she ran away.
Well, that's not very nice now. And I say that loud.
What's
Like,
not
that's
very
not
nice? What's not very nice?
It's who leaves little things on the floor? What?
The ghost said we're not
a D4
invited.
you got. It's literally a dice, like a D4
Oh,
dice.
they're actually in
yeah, and it's
game.
like the tabletop is like, it looks like somebody was playing Warhammer, but with pony Warhammer.
God.
Little ponies in little suits of armour, and evil-looking ponies in dark
Gotcha.
armour, and
Yeah, I'm
and
just
chariots.
who leaves dice and things all on the floor? Why would that's not great.
It's messy, isn't it?
It's how rude.
Okay.
It's fine. I'm just relaying. We're not invited, but we knew that, did we? We didn't really need the giggly ghost to tell us, did we now?
Okay.
The door to the study shuts, and you hear it lock again.
Oh, okay.
And you just hear another giggle, and this time all three of you see this greenish apparition, this female Pegasus with a wispy lower half, flies through, looks at you all, and then goes into the fireplace, and you hear a loud boom, and then a swarm of bats come pouring out of the fireplace and fill the room. All these bats start flying around. They look like fruit bats, but they're panicked. They're flying around in
Oh,
panic.
God.
They're getting all in your hair and in your mane.
I got this, friends. I shove bubblegum out and nom, 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 and then blow into a giant,
You're going to try and stick all that.
massive. Yeah, and just sticky
All
them to
together.
it. They fly in it and get
Okay.
stuck.
So
That's beautiful.
you can do
My jaw.
just roll your bubblegum dice.
What's my bubblegum dice?
Your bubble blowing talent. What's that?
So D6.
Oh, it's D6. Oh,
So you
I did write it
Just
down.
roll the d6, and I think it's probably going to be a 3.
Oh.
So
I didn't chew it long enough.
You were so quick. You were so panicked. You're like, I've got this. Nom, 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 nom. But the bubble pops. And it covers the three of you and sticks you. And the bats fly down, and they're fruit bats. So they don't hurt you, but they start ravaging some of your supplies. So they drink your apple juice.
No, my apple juice!
They take one of your bubble gums.
How many
Bubblegum
apple
Blossom.
juice did we have?
You got one each.
One each.
They
Oh,
drink
so that's
your-
gone.
They basically take your apple juice.
Little
They're
jerks.
they eat one of your bubble gums, and they start you two bats and nomming it, and then they kind of get their jaws stuck and they flap around. What have you got on you there?
I've
Lily
got
Pod?
seeds. I've got 2 pony balms.
Oh, they'll take one of the pony bombs.
Oh,
They're they get all in the oil and they're flapping around it.
Just take one of my pony bombs. I've got 2.
No, it takes one of your bubble gums instead. So you've used 4 bubble gums.
Damn it, I've got 6 bubble gums left.
Honeymoon,
We'll
what
stock
equipment do you have?
I have 2 pony bomb, a lamp, and clock.
Okay.
And the juice does. I just.
Okay, so they actually knock your tail and your lamp. The candle goes out and the oil goes out basically, and it's and the room becomes suddenly very dark.
It was electric.
The
No, it
battery
just playing.
shorts out. Battery, you can have flashlights. Flashlights is a thing.
Okay.
So it kind of it knocks the batteries.
Gone, yeah.
And it basically ruins it. And the room is suddenly very, very dark. And you're all kind of stuck in this thing. The bats eventually calm down and they either settle in the room, like perched on like things looking around, or they fly out up the chimney or something like that. Some of them actually start eating the bubblegum around you. And eventually you pull yourselves free, but you're kind of, it's like you've got clumps of mane stuck together
My
by
flowers!
bubblegum.
Can I fly? Or am I stuck together?
No, you can fly, but it's definitely not going to make it pleasant.
Okay,
You're
I'm
very
gonna-
sticky and
I
gross.
just want to open the curtains on these two windows to make a little bit
So
of
you
light.
open the curtains. The bats actually kind of like blink a little bit, but then they're like, and they
Okay.
seem to be enjoying
Just
the
enough
bubblegum
that
or the
we can
apple
see
juice.
something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you can see around and you see the same room that you saw before.
Man, this giggling ghost is really, it's just really fudging me off.
Yes.
Is that Nina talking a little bit there as
It
well?
would do that. It would do that.
It's what a sugar cube.
So now that you guys are not dealing with the bats, I want all of you to make a mind test for me.
Oh, snap.
Okay. Oh, yes.
It's
2,
just pure mind test.
3.
3. Okay, good.
3.
Okay, so Honeymoon and Bubblegum Blossom, you actually notice that there is something funny about the wall here. And it seems to be, you think that might be a secret door there, like the wooden panels are like hinged, and maybe something about the writing desk as well, like you think that the writing desk might be the key to opening it. And you look at the writing desk, it's got, like space for a book, an inkwell, no quill, and then several drawers.
You're thinking what I'm thinking. It's time to nap. No, it isn't. But
This
there's
is
something
not the
over there.
time!
There's something over there. Can you see it?
You see
Yeah.
the secret door, yeah.
Yeah, something's there.
And you know that the door that you came in, it sounded
It's
like she locked it.
Yeah.
Oh, one thing I forgot to mention. When you did see the ghost, when all three of you saw it, you did see that around her neck was like a silver chain with a key, but it was a real necklace with a real key.
Oh. We need to get that key.
Hey,
I don't know
actually-
why, we need it.
Okay.
So what would you guys like to do?
Try and like hoof the wall to try and get it open?
So you're gonna start like pressing around,
Like,
knocking
yeah.
around and stuff like that?
Yeah.
Okay, give me a body test.
5.
Okay, you kind of manage to push it. It takes a bit of heft. You kind of shoulder barge it, and you do think that you hear something snap, like maybe the mechanism that kept it closed.
Oh.
But you managed to like pull it. You've probably broken it, but you managed to pull it open,
Oops.
and you can see that there is a secret passage that basically seems to lead into an old, dusty, cobweb-filled corridor.
Oh, it's covered in bubblegum as well. Oh, it's going to be a nightmare to clean.
You see a little,
Well, there's only one
little
way
furry
out here.
spider.
Oh, hello, friend.
It crawls up the secret passage on the webs.
It's just a spider, don't worry.
Still kind of grossish. To me. Just not objectively speaking. Just. Okay.
We got this. It's
I
fine.
have no
We've got
problem with
this.
bats. I just find them annoying. Night creatures, best of
Yeah, the bats are just happily munching now and seem quite fun.
all. Clean over
Well, I'm gonna just go and.
Do you want to try and get the bats to like take some
Yes,
of the bubblegum off?
yes,
Okay,
please.
give me a
Oh.
charm test.
Oh,
You like go up and you're like, hey little guys, like, and you kind of offer your arm out, offer your hoof.
They'd say no. They say no. They're like, no,
they
that's
pack,
gross.
they just like fly away from you.
I'd burn those dice if I were you.
It's okay. This makes sense. It's still daytime.
Yeah,
So.
okay,
that's
so yeah,
true.
you just kind of, you're like, ah, and then you kind of trip a bit and they're like, oh, and they fly away.
They're not my bats.
They
I've
don't
got
come
my
anywhere
own.
near you.
Yeah.
They won't come anywhere
Stop
near you. So yeah, so what would you guys like to do?
I'm just gonna crawl
Through
through.
the
So
secret
we need to get
passageway.
out this
So
house.
you get
and-
dusty, covered in things, you have to like step over a few spiders, but you find another secret door on the other side and you push that open. This seems to open from the inside, and that leads into a kitchen. No nails.
Oh.
That's fine.
Oh.
So this seems to lead into a kitchen. It's got 2 rows of countertops. You can see ovens and sinks, really look fresh, clean.
Is there a
it's not
sink?
dirty. Yeah, there's a sink.
Can I wash myself?
You can start, scrubbing away and things like
Yeah,
that. Yeah.
same.
Yeah, you kind of have to share it a little bit.
Yeah.
Um,
I wait for my turn.
Yeah,
Oh,
so
I'm sorry, guys.
It was worth a try.
Yeah, thank you.
You did good.
Oh, thanks, friend.
Don't forget as well, you can spend your tokens of friendship to re-roll dice and stuff. Don't forget. You can do that as well. Or you can spend 2 to
forgot.
That's fine. That's why I'm going to remind you now.
Next time.
Yeah.
And there's actually the cupboards. They seem to be clean and tidy. There's actually like cupboards below the countertops, and there's cupboards above. There's a spice rack full of different spices, there's a kettle, a big kettle, teacups.
Are there spices that are used to ward off ghosts or disarm them? Is that a thing?
You can make a mind test to see if you can think of any stories.
Yeah. 2.
It's difficult. You remember like spooky stories, like you remember something about salt, maybe? Like maybe if you have lots of salt, that can help ward off ghosts.
I wonder if salt could help us deal with this spirit. Let's take it anyway. So
you guys noticed the chain around the ghost?
Yeah, the key, right?
Yeah, it did not look like it was ghostish.
Yeah.
It looked like really real.
I wonder what it leads to.
I wonder if we should try and grab it.
We should.
Next time.
Maybe the salt might help. I grabbed the salt and I put it in my saddlebags.
Okay, yeah, sweet. So you grab some salt. When you're looking at the spice rack, there's only a little bit of salt, so you kind of open up a few cupboards and you find a larger thing.
Nice.
There's lots of tea, lots and lots of like boxes and tins of different tea leaves, all in different flavors, different like fruity teas and Earl Grey and all the breakfast teas and all those all different types.
You said something about tea.
Yeah. I think
there's a door here as well.
The person, the horse, that owned this place, just was really into tea. So
just into tea.
Yeah,
it's a good thing to be into.
I mean, that's what they're.
Would you like a caffeinated tea?
That would help.
That might be a good idea.
That would help.
Maybe take it with you.
There's a kettle, you said, yes?
Yeah.
I'm going to make a strong cup of tea.
Yeah, you guys can make a cup of tea. So if you're going to do that, I would say that you can actually all regain 1 stamina.
Oh.
Yeah, you're taking like a little break, you're kind of having a little sip of tea, and the ghost doesn't seem to bother you this time.
I think we should take some of this with us.
The tea?
Maybe it doesn't like tea.
Just a little bit. Maybe.
The other question I have is, what are you doing with your cups? Are you going to take them with you?
Ooh.
So you make some tea, boiled the kettle, poured some tea out.
I don't know. For me, pony-wise, I'm thinking, I don't need it.
You should just leave it on the
side. But then, like, obviously the meta part of me is like...
Nina's side is
obviously.
But my character wouldn't.
The bubblegum blossom would just leave it on the side.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm making some tea and I'm going to use the empty bottle of the apple juice.
Okay. And store it.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure. You can make a whole kettle so you
That's
can pour it into a little bottle of apple juice.
So I have it ready to drink in case. Yes, okay, I have that.
Sweet.
It seems wrong to steal a teacup,
Okay.
so I'm
So
going to leave it here.
Leave it on the side.
Yeah.
I'm guessing all 3 of you leave the teacups there.
Nope.
Okay.
Tea.
Nice. And there is a door which seems to lead into some of the other rooms.
Ooh, that did the trick. I'm ready. We can go.
Just feeling buzzed.
Refreshed.
Okay. So you guys gonna make your way down here?
Yeah.
You're going to crash so hard later.
Yeah.
What time of the day is it roughly?
So you guys got here about sort of like 1-2 o'clock, and you've probably the amount of rooms and like being careful and going through things like time's a very abstract thing. It's maybe like 3-4 o'clock. It's getting a bit later on. You've got your clock with you, so you're like, you can check it. Okay. The door that you go through leads into a large dining room. You can see a huge table which is laden with plates, cutlery, and glasses. There's actually like tiered silver service tray with hay and cucumber sandwiches. There is a cake. There is an apple pie, fruit salad. All these things all laid out. And when you open the door, do you guys step in, or are you gonna observe? What do you want to do?
Yeah, cakey. Oh.
So you just go in straight away.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you go to help yourself to the cake?
I don't know, part of me is also suspect.
Okay,
a bit like,
so you kind of like step in.
But this is an old weird out house. Why is there fresh food here?
So
It
when
looks
you
so
step
tasty,
in, the cutlery comes alive and it starts serving plates of food. It lays out 3 plates if all 3 of you step in. So it cuts up a slice of cake, it puts like some fruit, a bit of pie, and pours a drink.
It is a nice ghost after all. See?
I mean, you're never gonna hear me say this again, but I wouldn't eat that.
Why not?
That doesn't sound like you at all. Are
I
you
know.
possessed?
I don't know. Okay. This is the caffeine kicking in, yeah?
Okay.
Let's be real for a second.
Two things are going on here, the one or the other. The kids were invited here, and the ghost has just been really nice to them, and they were playing in the other room, you know, and then they had tea possibly, and then they were having some food here. Or it's just trying to poison us, because otherwise this doesn't make sense.
I take a big step away from the table.
I'm just being like, maybe you're onto something. All right.
She did say we're not invited. I don't think she will serve up food for us.
This is true.
This is true. I feel like it's nighttime. I'm so smart for my own good.
It's definitely dark outside,
Yeah,
like with the
exactly.
storm clouds,
So
so maybe it's kind of set.
And the
more.
tea.
Yeah. The caffeine's helping.
Do I notice anything else in the room which is unusual?
There is a large painting, and it is of a grey stallion, slicked black hair, very fine twizzled moustache, wearing sort of like a safari vest, and he seems to be posing on like a rock with a jungle background, and he's kind of making at the whoever's painted him.
I think I've seen this somewhere in a game about ponies running around trying to get a flag or something.
He's just like he's looking very, very pleased with himself.
I was just like, let's just get out of this room. This freaky flying things.
Okay.
So yeah, go
So
towards
as you
the
guys
door.
go towards the door, the plates and stuff, kind of the cutlery which has kind of been hovering, kind of sets back down.
I again in this room open the curtains if there are any.
Okay, yeah, you
I'm
open
always
up the
leaving
curtains.
every
Yeah,
open
you're going
one.
through and
Yeah.
opening them once you find them. Okay, that makes sense. So yeah, you guys open up the door to the next room. I really should have used blue tech. And this is a library. The library, you can see large bookshelves stacked quite high, big thick tomes. There is a globe of Equestria in the corner, and a number of comfy looking armchairs scattered around as well.
Can I have a look around and see what sort of books are there?
So looking around, there's lots of equestrian history books. There is a lot of books about plants and herbology. And then there is a lot of books about the kind of like the stuff you found in the Kutumart Crusaders headquarters, like Starswell's Spirit Guide, or like Myths and Monsters of Equestria, like quite spooky books, horror stories, written by H.P. Hoofcraft.
Oh, Mark.
And things like that. So a very weird collection. And yeah, the herbology books are all about like different herbs and plants. Lots of tea. Lots of books about growing tea.
Okay. Can I have a look through?
Yeah. So
Any
you go
of the
over to the
books?
books. You go over to the bookshelf. And you go to pull a book down, and the door slams shut. And the books start falling off, like being like pushed off. And then they start being thrown towards you.
Oh no.
So I'm going to make everybody, if everybody could do a body test, unless you want to try and do something else. Like if you guys think like, I'm assuming like, I'm guessing you want to try and dodge out the way of these books because they're being thrown at you. If there's anything else you want to try and do, you can always come up with stuff. Like if there's any creative ideas you have.
I'm gonna fly up as high as I
high
can.
as you can.
Yeah.
Okay, so you can use your fly stat instead of
Okay.
body. So I'll do an attack against. I'll do a test.
2.
This is against Gale. 2. You're going to take 1 point of stamina damage as a book hits you right in the muzzle.
Ouch.
It hits you really badly. What would you like to
I'm gonna try and dodge.
do? Okay, so you're just going to do a straight up dodge.
D4, 2.
2. You actually manage to leap out of the way as this book kind of goes. And like you just and you like leap to the side, duck your head under the globe as the book kind of hits it on the top. Bubblegum Blossom, what would you like to do?
Dodged as well.
Okay, so you just want to try and leap to the side.
And maybe blow more bubbles.
How do you want to use your bubble blowing?
I guess similar
Like
to
some
the
sort of
bats, try and make a
shield?
barrier to
Yeah,
like
just
stop them.
Like and
Yeah,
stick it to the
try and
barrier.
fill the
You can do
room
that.
up.
Yep. So
Yeah.
you can roll body and your bubblegum.
I did just already roll body, and it
Okay.
was a 7.
Okay.
Or do you want me to roll it again?
No, now you just roll your bubblegum dice with D6 for your bubblegum.
2.
Okay, so
I
you got
see
7
where they
though.
fly off the table.
You got 7 though, right?
Yeah,
So
7 body.
You blow up this big balloon, and the book sticks into it, and then you kind of like put it down, and the book lands on the ground, and you kind of hear like a, and then the sound of something vanishing from the room, but you couldn't see it this time.
I open all the curtains. I guess. Yeah.
Curtains all open, and you can see that it's made a terrible mess. The books have all been knocked off the shelves.
Any noticeable special books out of the ordinary around, or all pretty much
All
herbal
pretty much the same.
tea
Like I said, the
stuff?
main ones, it seems to be mainly focused on history,
Indeed.
spooky ghosts or horror, or tea. Herbs and tea.
Okay.
Well, we've had no luck here. Maybe we should go upstairs. We need that key.
I think you should bring with you the book about tea. See if you can find something, We have a lot of tea with us now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, so you're going to
Yeah.
take one of the books
Yeah,
of tea?
I'll
Okay.
take the-
So you
one of the
like,
books
pop
on
that in,
tea.
so write that down.
All right.
Okay.
I wonder if there's any special information in the tea. Maybe a special tea.
Special tea.
Because something was said about the ghost leaving us alone when we drank the tea. So maybe there's some information there.
True.
It did seem to leave you alone when you drank the tea. But it also, well, yeah. So you guys make your way back out into the hall, and you can see all of the suits of pony armour have all been faced at their helms are looking at you as you come out the door. All 4 of them are like looking at
That's
you.
just not nice.
Hi!
Spooky.
We're done with your games, girls. Show yourself. I shout that out loud.
Yeah, you can make a charm check if you want.
Yeah. D6.
D6.
6.
Nice.
Okay. You hear a and you see floating at the top of the stairs. The ghost looks a little bit quizzical and is kind of looking at you strangely, and then just kind of is like, and then flies upstairs.
That's
Makes
really
like a little
adorable.
pouty face.
That's
Yeah.
adorable.
It does.
No, my snorting. I can't help it. I guess
You can
I
see
just
the-
want
the
to chase
stairs.
after
Okay,
it.
so you just start chasing after it.
You got
Um,
guys.
Girls, guys,
Yes.
girls.
Pony friends.
So you run up and you
Cool.
start heading up the stairs, and you can see that there's this big thick rug which kind of goes along the corridor and then is up the stairs as well. You see the ghost appear at the top of the stairs and seems to have a bucket which you can hear loads of ball bearings in.
Uh-oh.
And she kind of looks at you running up the stairs, and you have this moment where you're looking up at the ghost is looking at you, and then she doesn't tip the bucket, she just is like, and then flies away.
Okay.
Oh.
Maybe did I get through to her? Perhaps?
I kind of feel like she's enjoying this.
Yeah.
But she could have thrown whatever was in the I'm so
Yeah.
scared. I can't even.
It's fine. It's
She
fine.
she could have done it, but she didn't.
could have been
and,
bad.
and we could have, but we didn't. And
Exactly. It's fine. I think she's just playing with us. I mean, if she did that, maybe this would have been over and she would have had nobody to play with. So I think she wants us to follow her and continue playing this.
Yeah.
Maybe we should ask her if she's seen the other ponies.
Yeah, you can
she
try.
might know something.
Yeah.
So you guys are going to finish making your way upstairs.
Oh.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
And you can see that upstairs, the staircase leads up into a large U shape. You can see more of these kind of barded, armoured statues of ponies kind of around the outskirts, kind of in the hallway, kind of always positioned, paintings featuring the same very bold-looking grey stallion with a big moustache. The corridor seems to go around, and there are a number of doors now. There seem to be lots of different doors on this upper gangway.
Damn.
And you see the ghost phase through into this room. So she kind of phases through this door. She kind of looks at you, giggles, and then floats through the door.
I'm just gonna shout again in the direction of the door, saying, "Hey, Giggling girls, we're not here to hurt you. We're just trying to find our friends."
Her head kind of pokes out the door. She looks at you, and then she floats back through the door.
Come back here!
Are you gonna chase after her?
Yeah.
So
I'm
So
determined.
Bubblegum Blossom just charges round, and you burst into that room. What do the two of you like to do? You gonna follow?
Yes.
You're gonna follow? You're gonna follow.
But I'm gonna stay under the door frame because I don't want the door to close.
Okay, so you're going to stand in the doorway.
Yeah.
Okay. So this time you enter the room, and the room that you see there is a brightly coloured room with loads of empty clothes rails, full of big piles of fabric. A beautiful sewing machine, like a hoof-turn sewing machine, and then on a raised pedestal is a dress mannequin, kind of posed quite elegantly, and you can see that there's kind of all this fabric, and you can see a white cloth, kind of like in the shape of a ridiculous-looking ghost, is like woo, and is like floating around, and you hear it giggling.
Oh my god, she's gotten stronger!
When you hear a proper like when you say that.
This is my final form. I have evolved. Can we see that room now?
Yes.
Yeah.
Sorry, it doesn't have anything exciting in it because
Okay.
I was quickly drawing this one.
That's
but
fine.
For the purposes of
Just
to show you.
What's your name, giggling girl? Surely you have a name?
You just hear a giggle.
Giggles, right? Okay.
You watch as the cloth floats down and just kind of goes flat. Honeymoon, could you make a body test for me, please?
Could. Still daytime, yeah?
It's still daytime
Okay.
outside, I'm afraid.
Oh.
Okay. Unfortunately, you feel this kind of telekinetic force, like magic, grip you and shove your back flanks into the room. Like you feel yourself get pushed in.
Oh,
You hear a giggle come from behind you, and then the door shuts as well. And then
just
you
no
just from the
reason.
other side, you just hear a.
I don't think we're going to be able to convince her. Should we get the tea?
What do you guys want to do?
See if that does anything, because talking is not working.
We
so.
can try making her a cup of tea. Can I read through the book and see if there's anything like highlighted in it?
Oh, there's nothing
or-
highlighted. There's a few notes in the margins which seem to talk about like it's like, oh, this sounds like a good recipe, or like I wonder, I should try combining healing herbs with this tea. Blah blah blah. Like notes, like almost like somebody who researches it and things like that. As you're looking down at the book, and the two of you, I'm guessing, are looking at what Lilypod's looking up, and you're like thinking about the tea. You hear kind of like hoofs like walking behind up to like next to you, and when you look up, you see the dress mannequin is looking over the shoulder of Lilypod at the book as well, and you can see it's got a sewn, sad
Has
looking
Lilypod
mouth.
noticed
I have
this?
no.
No, Lilypod
We
No,
don't
just
say
like,
anything,
See, it's
yeah.
Don't panic.
and it
It's
kind
fine,
of
they're just playing games.
Why?
you
why-
look, and the
What's
mannequin
playing
kind of
game? Why shouldn't I panic? What's playing games? What's going on?
it's kind of got like a really awkward. It's got like an awkward moving head. You've got a clock around your neck, haven't you? You've got flowers in your hair.
Yeah.
And you've got saddlebags. You've all got saddlebags, I think, haven't
Yeah.
you? The dress mannequin pony goes to grab your clock.
No.
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 So, okay, well then why don't you give me a
don't.
body test?
Am I still? Is it still daytime?
It's still daytime. I will tell you.
I was just saying, maybe D6 because it's approaching night. Okay. Never mind. Never mind. I thought I'd 3.
Okay, so you do actually manage to kind of like, you throw yourself back as the dress mannequin kind of awkwardly, because it's kind of, you can see that its joints are all like little cogs and things, so it's like, and it tries to hook it, but you manage to scoot back, and then it starts following,
Mine.
as Honeymoon's backing off, it starts following Honeymoon.
Oh god!
And it's got like a sad looking mouth, and it's like,
Come, let's play. Come on.
and on that, we're going to end this episode.
School.
We're going to have some lunch, and then we're going to come back and we're going to carry on. So we'll see you next time.